We got a guy barricaded actively shooting at SWAT operators. Operator shot. Guys, we got one operator shot at this time.
Third floor, contained in one room. One operator down.
Tell me more about what happened.
Yeah, so I was actually listening to that at home once we got word that the shooting had happened, and it was chilling, honestly. You know, just to hear the officers describing what the scene was like, you really get a good picture of what they were dealing with. It's so rare that we get an inside look on what officers encounter in a situation like this, and we did in this case, and it was really, you know, it was hard to listen to, and they were encountering dead bodies, victims. They were trying to help people who had been injured, and in the middle of all that, they're looking for the shooter.
Yeah.
They know what kind of weapon he has. They're seeing magazines, and so they're searching through that building, trying to find him. So that was, you know, it was chilling, and certainly it was hard to listen to. And then even now, like going back and listening to it, and just also such bravery from these officers, you know. And that's what we keep hearing all day. And you know, that rabbi, to hear him, what he said is just, it was nice, and it's really moving. And you know, and again, it's just such a difficult time for this community and for the law enforcement officers there.
You know, we cover tragedies like these. We've been on the ground. You know, I've interviewed EMS, fire, police, and their parents, and they run in when everyone runs away. And it just bears repeating what they do each and every time we listen to this. And we're going to have more of a conversation on the other side of the break. But just to you quickly, Josh, on 20 minutes, he was inside. I had read that as he was trying to leave the synagogue, that was when a member of the law enforcement found him. He was shot. What more do you know?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're gleaning a lot from what the officers were actually going through based on these recordings. And what's interesting is that for us, that's a snapshot in time. As we go back and listen to what happened, for these officers, they were living in real time, really, you know, going into this facility, not knowing how big the threat was, where the person was. So we're getting some of those reflections based on some of the new audio that we're hearing, and you know, it just shows you that mentality. We talk about the heroes, the you know, the bravery. They're going through this facility, and as we can tell, I mean, you know, put yourself in the situation. They're coming across victims, but they can't stop and help the victim. They have to continue on to take out the threat.
Yep.
But I have to tell you, that was textbook listening to their communication, calling it out. Again, it's about, okay, this is what I'm seeing, so backup knows what to expect. But they're moving to the sound of where this person was. Thankfully, they were eventually able to get him in, take him into custody. What is interesting, that unlike some of the cases that we've seen, shooter's alive. So if they're able to interview him, if they're able to glean information that could potentially help build that case, get into his mindset. We know that he suffered gunshot wounds himself and was taken to the hospital. We don't know what condition he's in as far as being able to communicate with law enforcement, but we'll stay tuned for that, because if he does... I think
the latest I read that he was in fair condition. He's in fair condition, so wondering if he is able to talk and cooperate with law enforcement, because you know they want to talk to him. Stick around. I have more for you all on the investigation, and of course his use of social media. Stay with me. You're watching special CNN Live coverage here from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I'm Brooke Baldwin. We'll be right back.
What does it take to make digital transformation actually happen? Do you just flip a switch and presto, your business is magically transformed? Not quite. It takes a groundbreaking company like Dell Technologies, a family of 7 technology leaders working behind the scenes to make the impossible reality. For instance, we're helping to give cars the power to read your mind from anywhere. We're helping up to 40% of the nation's donated blood supply to be redirected to the areas and people that need it most. And we're even developing technology to create a whole new vision for the blind. So while you might not see what we're doing is changing the way we all see the world. Magic can't make digital transformation happen, but we can. Let's make it real.
A smile shop is where smiles are made, where a smile guide, just like this, walks you through your transformation to a smile you'll love. During your free 30-minute visit, we'll show you a 3D scan of your teeth and talk about straightening your smile. Then we deliver invisible aligners to you for just $80 a month. No braces, no monthly office visits, no paying a fortune. And hey, Now we're in the neighborhood. Book your free visit now at SmileDirectClub.com.
All the tools you need for every step of the way. Make it Squarespace.
Oh, Eric. I didn't know you were with the UPS store.
Yeah, we printed that sign.
I thought you just did shipping.
Oh, no, we do printing, packing, notarizing, faxing, shredding, mailboxing, taping, laminating, consulting, trading, designing, returning, and of course, shipping.
I can't feel my legs. I should really get him home.
From printing to packing to mailboxing, go to the UPS store for everything your small business needs. And of course, shipping.
Are we there yet?
You don't always use your smartphone for directions.
Hey, guys, out there.
Or to laugh out loud.
They're in the middle. Yeah.
But when it matters most, you count on TracFone to keep you connected for less. Our smartphone plan gives you talk, text, and data with unlimited carryover starting at $15 a month. No contract. All with nationwide 4G LTE coverage. Get top smartphones or bring your own phone. TracFone for moments that matter.
In an era of online retail where everything is just a few clicks away, buying a car should be no different. That's why at Carvana, you can buy a car 100% online. We made it easy to browse, view, and buy from over 10,000 cars. You can even trade in your old car, all while binge watching your favorite TV show. Afterwards, we'll deliver your car to you. Or you can pick it up from one of our car vending machines. Either way, your car comes with a 7-day return policy. So grab a seat, relax in your comfy pants, and enjoy the new way to buy a car at Carvana.
Who can help you undo the damage done by fire or water? Search no further than the experts at ServiceMaster Restore. We help people go from disaster to done. ServiceMaster Restore.
Do you know where your pet bowl was made? Don't take a chance and get the 100% American-made non-toxic pet comfort feeding system by WeatherTech. Using only 100% U.S. stainless steel, the bowls are lead-free, radiation-free, and the only pet bowls certified by the NSF. The elevated stand and mat are made from an FDA-compliant material and enhanced with antimicrobial and antifungal additives. Trust the way you feed your pets. Find the perfect size and color at petcomfort.com.
You're watching CNN. I'm Brooke Baldwin. Attorney General Jeff Sessions says the Department of Justice will file hate crimes and other charges against this Pittsburgh suspect. Those charges could lead to the death penalty. Josh Campbell and Shimon Prokopez are back with me. And I really wanted to hone in with this social media site that I have to admit I had never heard of until today. Had you guys Gab.com?
No, I've never heard of it.
Gab.com, apparently a site not monitored for anti-Semitic or other threats, a favorite site among hate groups, I presume as a result of that. Tell me about some of his postings.
So it bills itself as this website that kind of doesn't monitor hate speech, lets people kind of have their own freedom to say, look, I mean, there's a lot that we've learned about some of the things he said on there. Certainly there's, you know, some pro-Trump stuff. There's a lot of anti-Jewish sentiment on there. You know, he posted just minutes before he went on his attack today, saying that it was like sort of like a go. He was ready to go. It was go time. Yeah. So, you know, it's not something that many of us have ever really heard of before. Because, you know, look at the type of speech that you see on there. And certainly if he was to do this on Twitter or maybe Facebook, someone would have been able to see it and would have been able to take it down. I don't know if law enforcement monitors that. I mean, that was something that would be certainly interesting.
But apparently he had no history with law enforcement. There's all kinds of, you know, what out there on social media. It's like, how can they possibly monitor every single one of these people? The other issue is we were talking commercial break about how, you know, this is a religion that is under constant attack in this country. You know, there's already security for the high holidays, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, and the notion of having armed guards or some sort of security in every mosque, every church, every synagogue isn't realistic.
No, it's not, and it shows you, the challenge for law enforcement. It shows the challenge for some of these groups. I mean, if you look at the Jewish faith, and you know, to an extent, the Muslim faith as well. I mean, they've seen a number of threats and attacks over the years. I can tell you, you know, unfortunately, and again, this is indicative of a problem. The relationship between the Jewish community and law enforcement is very, very good, and that's an unfortunate thing because there are so many threats that they have to be closely fused together. It's really, it shows, you know, the level of the threat. I can remember 2017 early, there were these bombing threats, hundreds of bombing threats to, or about 100 to synagogues around the country, which really sent the Jewish community into fear. I can remember being at FBI headquarters where we actually had leaders from the Jewish community come in and, you know, meeting with law enforcement, just trying to reassure them that, look, we're on the case, we're working with threats, we need to share information. Again, it shows kind of the larger picture. And then to the point that you say, you know, as you go across synagogues, I can tell you about my neighborhood. There's synagogues in my neighborhood, and, you know, on Saturdays, they have armed guards that are posted outside. It's a very unfortunate thing to know that people can't even go to practice their religion, exercise their faith, without having to walk past people with guns. That's a reality that they face. And unfortunately, incidents like today, these tragedies, it shows you that there are people out there, deranged people, that just want to kill.
Yeah, this is part of a conversation we're going to continue to have. Josh and Shimon, thank you guys both so very much. Up next, the president's response to today's shooting in Pittsburgh and what he wants to see happen to the suspect.
Jardiance asked, and now you know. Jardiance is the only type 2 diabetes pill proven to both reduce the risk of cardiovascular death for adults who have type 2 diabetes and heart disease, and lower A1C with diet and exercise.
Jardiance can cause serious side effects, including dehydration. This may cause you to feel dizzy, faint, or lightheaded, or weak upon standing. Ketoacidosis is a serious side effect that may be fatal. Symptoms include nausea, vomiting, stomach pain, tiredness, and trouble breathing. Stop taking Jardiance and call your doctor right away if you have symptoms of ketoacidosis or an allergic reaction. Symptoms of an allergic reaction include rash, swelling, and difficulty breathing or swallowing. Do not take Jardiance if you are on dialysis or have severe kidney problems. Other side effects are sudden kidney problems, genital yeast infections, increased bad cholesterol, and urinary tract infections, which may be serious. Taking Jardiance with a sulfonylurea or insulin may cause low blood sugar. Tell your doctor about all the medicines you take and if you have any medical conditions.
Isn't it time to rethink your type 2 diabetes medication? Ask your doctor about Jardiance and get to the heart of what matters.
Grubhub is a delivery app that lets you order any food your heart and stomach desire. So you can order this, or maybe a little bit of this. Order from over 85,000 restaurants nationwide. Grubhub, restaurants you love, delivered.
Stitch Fix is an online personal styling service.
Stitch Fix is great because they have a whole range of clothing which can meet your budget.
You can set a price for shoes, you can set a price for slacks or jackets, and put the priority on the clothes that you want to get.
Getting the box is really fun. And anything that you don't love, you can send it back for free. You only pay for what you keep.
It's amazing. Stitch Fix really makes it so much more convenient, and it really makes it fun. Sign up at StitchFix.com.
Sometimes a day at the ballpark is more than just a day at the ballpark.
All military members stand and be recognized.
No matter where or when you served, T-Mobile stands ready to serve you.
It's time for family gatherings, to stretch imaginations, to get together, or find some time alone. It's time for a Four Seasons sunroom that lets you have it all for less money than you thought. Right now, for a limited time, all Four Seasons sunrooms are up to 25% off, with no money down and no interest for 12 months. Call Four Seasons today. Four Seasons. It's time.
Do you ever feel spirit approaching you?
If you had a chance to talk to a deceased loved one, would you?
She'd been living 17 years without closure. Yeah.
He actually wants to apologize to you.
To be able to get over this guilt, it's been a long time coming.
This is life beyond death.
There is a possibility that we might be able to communicate with Grandma.
This is Life with Lisa Lang. Tomorrow night at 10 on CNN.
Are the credit cards in your wallet actually the best ones for you? At NerdWallet, we sort through hundreds of credit cards to find the top cards for balance transfer, travel, earning rewards, and other perks. Using your unique info to narrow the search, NerdWallet makes it easy to find credit cards that work harder than the ones you have now. Stop missing out. Visit nerdwallet.com to find the cards that are made for you.
When you rent a car on Turo, you're renting from a real person. No shuttle rides, no waiting in line, and no wandering a car lot. This is better than your typical car rental. This is Turo. Download the app today.
I'm not ready to lose my hair. Not now. But I never thought there was a real solution. Now I use Keeps, the easiest way to keep my hair. And I can get my treatment without leaving the couch. Go to keeps.com to learn more.
This is CNN, the most trusted name in news.
Closed captioning brought to you by OnlyMeso.com.
Mesothelioma, it's all we do. With 7 offices across the country, let us come meet with you. Call us at 1-800-213-8000.
Right now, President Trump is on his way back to Washington, D.C. after a full day of events. The president condemned this deadly mass shooting at this Pittsburgh synagogue, the Tree of Life synagogue, that left 11 people dead, calling the attack terrible and an assault on humanity.
This was an anti-Semitic act. You wouldn't think this would be possible in this day and age, but we just don't seem to learn from the past.
Those seeking their destruction, we will seek their destruction. And when you have crimes like this, whether it's this one or another one on another group, we have to bring back the death penalty. They have to pay the ultimate price.
Boris Sanchez is in Illinois for us tonight, where the president was. And Boris, what was the president's overarching message?
Hey there, Book. The president told supporters that all Americans would have to unite to fight the scourge of anti-Semitism. As you heard in one portion there, today the president actually expressed disbelief that this kind of anti-Semitic attack could take place in 2018. The president at one point told supporters that he was considering canceling today's rally in southern Illinois. Earlier, before he got here, he called it an obligation. As you know, the president has been crisscrossing the country in support of Republican candidates, more than a dozen stops in October alone. Ultimately, he told supporters here that, quote, "We can't make evil people important." He felt that he had to move forward, and he compared attending this rally to the